Welcome to Biz Wire. I'm Joseph Nordstrom in Beijing. China's population is quickly becoming older, and to help maintain the size of its workforce, which has already started to shrink, leaders plan to raise the age of retirement. Moves will reportedly happen gradually through the year 2020, and according to economists surveyed by Bloomberg News, will likely increase the retirement age by 5 years. Currently, retirement is compulsory for most women at age 50 and at 60 for most men. Vice Minister of Human Resources and Social Security, Hu Xiaoyi, says that the age will rise in, quote, tiny steps. By keeping more people working, officials hope the economy will benefit from the efficiency gains that come from experienced workers, while not dampening opportunities for those younger and just entering the labor force. Last month, officials announced a partial easing of the country's family planning laws, known as the one-child policy. The move to allow couples to have 2 children if one of the parents was an only child has had a positive effect on the stock prices of dairy firms, and others expected to get a bump from the additional births. But economists say the change in policy will have little effect on the size of China's workforce, which last year shrank by nearly 3.5 million. Analysts have warned for years that China will have too few wage earners for the number of retirees that will need care. President Xi Jinping is trying to rein in what has been described as runaway debt-fueled spending by local officials, of which pension payments are a part of. Having workers continue paying taxes longer will help balance the books and possibly contribute to more domestic consumption. China economist at Barclays in Hong Kong, Chang Jian, says she thinks if the policies are right, a lot of people would want to voluntarily work longer. But the proposal is deeply unpopular with China's workers. A poll conducted by the Communist Party's mouthpiece, the People's Daily, found nearly 70% were against raising the retirement age and favored a more flexible policy depending on personal circumstances. China has been considering raising the retirement age since 2008 to cope with its shrinking workforce and aging society as a result of its more than 3 decades of population control. According to the Bloomberg News survey of economists, most see the retirement age rising by 5 years by 2020 to 55 for women and 65 for men. Chief China economist at J.P. Morgan Chase in Hong Kong, Zhu Haibin, says delaying retirement will have a much bigger impact on the economy than the change in the one-child policy, because that will only start to affect the labor force in 20 years' time. Senior researcher at the Chinese Academy of Social Sciences, Yu Yongding, says it's definitely helpful for China's labor supply and therefore good for economic growth in the long run. But Yu says a higher retirement age won't ultimately change China's demographic structure and trends. The United Nations has forecast a drop of about 24 million people between the ages of 15 and 59 by the year 2025, while people aged 65 and older will increase by about 66 million. Now, this will start enormous strains on government budgets as payrolls shrink and pension and health care obligations increase dramatically. The official Xinhua news agency reported that in 2011, 14 Chinese provinces faced a combined pension shortfall of $12.6 billion, which is projected to grow much worse. While unpopular, leaders may be left with little choice when faced with the demographic squeeze if they want the nearly $9 trillion economy to sustain its growth over the coming decades. You're watching Biz Wire on the Blue Ocean Network, China's first and only privately owned English-language broadcast media. Our full episode can be seen on our website, BONTV/biz-wire. In just a second, we'll continue with more insight into the big picture of China's economy.